Hey, Zack here from Frontenac Canoe and Kayak Center. Today we're going to have a look at the light touring range from Delta Kayaks. So first up, we have the Delta 1210. This is a fabulous boat. Essentially, this is just it's a miniature sea kayak, is what I like to call it. 12 feet, 10 inches long, but 25 inches wide, and we have a deck height of about 13.5 inches. So this is a nice versatile boat that's going to accommodate your paddler from, say, roughly about 180 pounds to about 250 pounds without much issue. Let's take a second to talk about the construction of the Delta Kayaks. These guys are made out of an ABS thermoform technology, and Delta is definitely one of the leaders in that department. That's all they do is build thermoform kayaks. And as far as we're concerned, they're definitely one of the best manufacturers of thermoform boats out there. Integrated into the ABS, they have a UV solar coat. So that's going to protect the finish of this boat, give it this nice vibrant color, and protect it from any degradation of UV rays that you might find on polyethylene kayaks. The other benefit of going with a thermoform boat over, say, polyethylene or fiberglass is the weight savings and also the stiffness. So you get a really nice stiff hull that's going to mimic fiberglass really well, but you don't have any gel coat or durability issues to worry about necessarily that you might find that you have on a fiberglass boat. Essentially, there's no paint on this boat, so if it scratches, it's going to scratch the color of the plastic. You don't have to worry generally about doing any repairs. If you do find that you do need to repair, it is repairable. There are repair kits available, and it's not overly difficult to do. So let's talk about some of the features that you're going to find on the 1210, as well as its sibling, the 12S. Both of these boats fit into that light touring category. Up at the front here, we've got a deck cleat that's holding our perimeter line. So this, unlike a lot of light touring or recreation kayaks, actually has full perimeter lines. For a safety aspect, is huge, and we can get into that a little bit later. On the front here, we have our ergonomic carry handles that are recessed into the boat on a bungee, so it keeps them nice and tight so they're not dangling around and kind of smacking the boat while it's in the water. Coming back, we have the press lock seals from Delta, which creates a really nice watertight fit. Big opening on this bow hatch, so it's easy to pack some gear in there. A little bit further back, recessed deck lines. So these bungees here, there's actually, in the plastic here, these bungees recess back in, so they always snap back into place. So you don't have to worry about kind of bungees not being where they're supposed to and getting out of line. A great feature that we find on all the Delta boats is this day pod. Really popular, awesome little idea. Enough room in here to store a water bottle, camera, some essentials that you might need while you're on the water. Nice and sleek, so it's not like a deck bag where it's going to get in the way of your paddle strokes or anything like that. Keeps everything nice and close at hand. Awesome option. So moving a little further back as we get into the cockpit, you'll notice that this does have a coaming on it, which you can attach a spray skirt to. You can get a lightweight a lightweight nylon skirt for, or you can move up to a neoprene one to help keep more and more water out. The beauty of this little craft is it's so versatile. You can paddle it on smaller, calm lakes and rivers, or you can take it for a night or two because there's so much gear storage in this thing. It definitely has the capability to not only be a day touring boat, but also for a long weekend. You could easily pack enough supplies in here to be comfortable for a weekend. So attaching the skirt onto the coaming, super easy. Delta's, it's a nice, it's a soft coaming, so it makes getting that skirt on and off really, really easily. Inside, a great feature of the Deltas is the Contour 2 seating system. So it's a fully functional, you can slide this guy back and forth. The backrest raises up and down really easily while you're on the water. The seat tray itself will slide and snap into place so you can trim the boat as you need to. Inside we have the Sea Dog style foot braces. Again, really simple to use. It's just a lever that you would turn 90 degrees, slide that foot pedal into where you need it, and then just let it back down. Integrated thigh hooks on here. Again, these are really, really good for learning those edge turns, bracing, all those skills that are, that you would find in a higher end sea kayak. Little cleat here, and this is to adjust the back band on the water. You can tighten it up to really kind of snug that fit up nice and tight. Another really important feature that you're going to find on this is dual bulkheads. So we have a bulkhead here in the back, and then there's going to be another one up in here. And what that does is create separation between the cockpit and the bow and stern hatch compartments. Obviously great for waterproof storage area for gear, but even more importantly, as a safety aspect, if you do capsize, this kayak is going to float nice and high in the water, making it easy to do an assisted rescue with somebody else or even a self-rescue, it's totally capable in this boat. You can pump out the water. There won't be much water in there. When you flip it back over, climb back in. Moving a little bit further back, we have this integrated locking clip here, so you can actually secure the boat to something using a lock. More deck lines and bungees to secure gear to. On the stern has this nice big stern hatch compartment. The beauty of the Deltas, I mean, these things swallow a ton of gear. Whether you're talking about the 1210 or their 17-foot model, you can absolutely fit a ton of gear into these boats. And then further back, again, we've got the carry handle. Let's take a second to talk about the hull on the boat. It's a little dirty. Underappreciated for sure, I think, on a lot of kayaks is how this boat is going to perform in the water is based on hull design. And I think Delta has really dialed it in on these particular boats and boats in all of their range. Really user-friendly, very stable, tracks well, really fast for a boat in its class. You know, we paddle a lot, and friends that come out with us that are paddling these boats have no problem keeping up with us in sea kayaks. So they've done a really good job on this guy. It's using a shallow V on the bottom here, a fairly soft chine on here, so that's going to give you a good balance of both primary stability and secondary stability. If you want to learn how to roll, you can do it in this boat. Classic upswept bow design on here, so it's going to shed water, so you're not going to be dealing with a lot of water kind of coming over the bow, getting into the cockpit, that type of thing. So we're actually looking at two different models here from Delta, both in that light touring class. As I said, we have the 1210 here and the 12S on the bottom. Features are identical on them. Essentially, we have one for a small medium paddler in the 12S, and we have one for our large, extra large paddler in the 1210. Not saying you can't put a small person in the 1210, but they're going to fit and have a little bit more control in that 12S size. The big difference is it's just an inch narrower and has an 1.5 inch lower deck height. So we're going to be looking at a paddler weight range of roughly around 130 to 160, 170 pounds for an optimum paddler size within the 12S. Obviously, there's a few factors when it comes to height and comfort and what you want the kayak to be able to do when determining what boat is right for you. Give us a call. We're happy to help make recommendations on what size is going to be best for you. So one important thing that you want to be able to do is test paddle a kayak before you purchase it. They're not cheap investments for sure. I mean, as far as other boats in this class go, I would say these are on the upper end. But it's super important to be able to test paddle a boat, and we actually offer that here at our facility. We have our own lakefront facility where you can actually take the boats out on the water, test paddle, and make sure that it is the right kayak for you. So you can try the 12S, you can try the 1210, you can try the 15, the 14, you know, whatever, just to make sure that it's going to be the right boat for you. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call or send us an email. We're always happy to chat. Remember to like the video and subscribe, and thanks for watching.